Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Whirling Witchcraft. Whirling Witchcraft is a game from AEG Games, plays 2 to 5 players in about 30 minutes. You're probably not going to go over 30, it's pretty quick. And what you're doing in this is you are taking on the role of a witch or a warlock, whatever you would like to prefer, and you are trying to brew up potions to make some different ingredients to put into your player next to you's cauldron to hopefully give them too much of a certain thing to score some points. Basically what that means is if you give them a certain color of cube and they can't put it on their workshop, it becomes a point for you. You're trying to be the first person to get 5 or more points after the cauldrons have been swapped. There's some drafting. There's a little bit more to it than that. There's some special player powers, but at its heart, you're just trying to be the first player to score 5 or more points. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go to the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Whirling Witchcraft, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to give each player a player board and a cauldron, an arcana card, which I've done here, and one of each of the different types of arcanas. Done that. And then you're going to give each player a starting character. So in this case, I am the spider summoner, and they're going to have some cubes that you start with on your board, which I've already set up, and they're also going to have either a special ability or some kind of recipe, which I have a little bit of both. So they have 5 cards, and they have this recipe that they can use. Then you're going to deal each player 4 cards, or in that player's case, 5 cards, and then we're going to get started. So on your turn, what you're going to do is you're going to play a recipe. Recipes are going to look something like this. Here's a recipe card. I need to put that into the recipe and it will generate these things. And it's also going to move my arcana, and we'll get into that. Then 2 frogs for 2 toadstools and a mandrake. One for 3. 3 reds for those. So that kind of thing. That's what the recipes look like. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one. And then you're going to... We're all going to reveal at the same time. And I don't really want to play any of mine. I'll do this one. So I'm going to play this one. 1 red for 3. So I'll go ahead and put that face down. They'll do the same. I'm just going to randomly pick one because I don't. It's like, you know, I'm not going to actually play for them. So then they'll pick one. All right, and then we will reveal. If there's an arcana, which this one has a book and a crow, you'll put it on the first space. When it hits 2, 4, and 6, you can activate that power. We'll get there when we get there. All right, and then we'll activate this one, and it will be the cauldron power. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make our recipes. So I will cash in 1 red here. That'll give me a blue, a green, and a red output. And then if I had 3 whites, I could do that one, but I don't. So that's it. Then when you have your output, you're going to put it in your cauldron. Anything you use can go back into supply. They're going to do the same thing. So they'll spend their 1 black, and that will get them a black, a green, and a blue, and these will go into the cauldron. All right, then what happens is we will pass the cauldron. So they're going to give me their cauldron, I'll give them my cauldron, and then you have to put the cubes in the appropriate space. So they'll get some frogs, some spiders, some heart of shadow or something like that, and then they'll get one of these, a red one, a blue one. All right, then we'll check to see if anybody has 5 or more points. No one has any points. We'll get to some points and I'll show you how that works. Then we're going to pass recipe cards. So this is a drafting game. So I'll pass mine over to here. They'll pass me theirs. Because they started with 5, I don't get a draw anymore because I have a hand limit of 4, but I gave them 3, so they'll get a draw 2 more. All right, then we'll do it again. So let's see what we got. All right. So this spell could go either way. It could be a green or a blue to make a white, or it could be a white to make a green or a blue. When you play it, you have to pick which way you want it to go. So I think I'm going to actually do this one. I'm going to play this one because I have a lot of blue and I need to get rid of some blue. Okay, so we'll play that. Then there, randomly again, going to just randomly pick one. Oh, that would go back to the supply as well. Forgot. All right, so I'm randomly going to pick this one. All right, then we reveal. So I reveal this one, and I have a book All right, so now book comes here, and I'll explain what that power does in a second. And then they have book and crow, so they're all on level 1 right now. All right, so what the book means, the book arcana, when it gets to number 2, 4, and 6, I am able to pick a type of ingredient and take all those ingredients from the supply as if they were in my cauldron. So guess what I'm gonna pick? I'm gonna pick yellow or white. So I'm gonna do this. So this comes from the supply, and that'll be good for me later. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and make some things. So toadstools, we got some spiders. Now I'm gonna get everything that I made. So 5 blue, a blue, a green, and a red, and then a white, a green, and a red. All right. Then all this stuff will go into my cauldron, and we're probably gonna score some points this round, I'm guessing. Then these can go back to supply. All right. And if you don't use your book power, it's fine, but you can't use it again until it hits 4. Then they're gonna do the same thing. So they don't have any black, so they can't even use that one. So they're gonna take this blue one, put it there, and they'll get a white and a green, put it in theirs. All right, I need to see how many they have left. So they have 4, they have 5 left. All right, so then we're going to switch, and then we'll fill. So I'm gonna get a frog and a mandrake, and they're going to get a whole lot of these. So they have 5 spaces left for blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. I can't really see from over here. But because there's 1 left, I'm going to score a point. Then they're going to get 2 greens, 2 reds, and 1 white. All right, so I'm starting to hit them pretty hard on blue. But now I have 1 point. So the way you get points is if you give them ingredients that they can't store on their workshop, you get a point. So they've an overflowed in spiders. They have too many spiders, which they're approaching that problem with white, green, and red as well. So I'm 1/5 of the way to winning. So that would be that. Then we switch cards. Nobody won. You always check that. I have 4 cards. They'll draw 2 more, and I have 5. Let's do 1 more round. All right, what do I got here? Ooh, that's not bad. All right, I'm gonna play this one. 2 blacks, 2 Heart of Shadow. So I'll play that, and then I'm actually gonna look at their cards because they need to play something smart. Let's see. So they're going to play something that has a lot of blue. So they're gonna play this one. Nope, can't go that way. Oh man, I have no black. Lame. All right, they're just gonna go ahead and play. Is anything producing a black? Nope, I need something to produce a black. So we'll play this one. So we'll go ahead and reveal. So they're gonna get a cauldron. Okay, and then I am going to get nothing. Okay, so now the cauldron ability, when you get that, you can add 1 ingredient of any type from the general supply directly to your cauldron. So they're going to give me a black because they're going to try to overflow me in black. All right, now we're going to do our thing. So I can't do this because I don't have 3 mandrakes, but I don't have any red either. So let's see. I have 3 blue, so let's do this. I'll do 3 blue, which will give me a white, a green, and a red. I'll use that red to do this one, which will give me blue, green, and red. I'll use these 2 Heart of Shadow to get 2 green, 2 blue, and a white. All right, then these can all go in my cauldron. It's not going to be good for them. I'm just guessing. All right, then they're going to do the same thing. So they're going to get a white and a green. I think I forgot to get rid of that again. So we'll do this, white and a green. And then they're also going to do a white, blue, red, green to this one, which will do a black and 2 blues. Put the black one there, 2 blues here. Then this will produce black, blue, and green, and these will go into the cauldron. All right, so let's empty all this stuff out. It's the last round that I'm going to show you, so it doesn't matter. All right, then we'll swap. All right, so they're gonna give me a white, 2 black, 2 green. I need to start getting something that gets green out because it's getting crazy. And I get some more spiders, which is good because I used up all my spiders. All right, then they're going to get 3 blues. I think they have room for 2 blue. So 2, I get a point. They're going to get 4 green. They have room for 3 green. I think, if I can see correctly. So I'll get another point. They have room for 2 white, and they can hold this red. So I'm now at 3 points. Then we swap cards, draw back up to 5, or 4 in my case, 5 in their case, and then we'll keep playing. And that's how you're going to play until someone has 5 or more points in their circle, and they are the winner. And yeah, that's effectively it. So that is Whirling Witchcraft. Let's go to the top, see what they think about it. All right, well, that was Whirling Witchcraft. First off, the first thing I want to say is I love this art. This box may be one of my favorite boxes in gaming. This artist, Weberson Santiago, also does the art, or did the art for the Bloody End, which I also highly like. I like that like cartoony but also kind of creepy look that he has going on in his art. And man, it just looks amazing. That is an amazing looking box. And even the player boards, I just love this. Those are just amazing. I love the way that looks. The art in this game is probably my favorite part of this game. I love the way it looks. I love the look of the artist's illustrations. They just sit right with me, and they're what I like to see. Now let's talk about the gameplay. So what you saw what this game is. It's effectively, you're playing a card down in front of you, a recipe, and you're trying to use the ingredients you have in your workshop to brew other ingredients to stick them to the opponent on your right. So in a 2-player game, you're passing the cauldron and the cards to the same player. But in a more than 2-player game, you're passing the cauldron to the right and you're passing your cards to the left. So you're basically working to give your opponent to the left cards that aren't going to hurt you because they're going to be making stuff to send to you. So it's kind of a, there's a little bit of a more gamey part of that part of the game when it's more than 2 players. But I've only played it at 2, so that's why I showed you what I showed you. But yeah, it's an interesting game. What you saw is what the game is. It's not any deeper than that. It's not any more complicated than that. There are piles of different player characters that you can be. There's even 5 where everybody can start out the same way if you don't want to do the asymmetric ones, which I don't know why you wouldn't. I have no issue with the components. I know some people had some issues with the cubes and the arcana tokens. Yeah, it's fine. Like, should the round summary be on the back of the arcana reference? No, but AEG has this card that you can get that gives you a standalone rules reference, and it's also in the rule book, so you should be able to have that to make the turns a little easier. And once you play through a round, you're going to understand what's going on. It's because it's not a complicated game. So yeah, you might be flipping your arcana card at the beginning a little bit if you don't have that setup card, but once you play through a round, you're going to know what you're doing. And yeah, I like this game. It's not my favorite game in the world. The art honestly makes me like it a little more. If this art wasn't on here, it may not get the rating that it gets, but I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. It's going to get a 7 out of 10 on BGG. Probably would have been a 6 had I not liked the art. So a 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing, but that to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Whirling Witchcraft from AEG Games. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.